Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So I came across this video where a mother and a child were having a conversation, right? And the mother brought up Black people without wasting any time. And when you look at the conversation they are having, you definitely will not see any relationship. There was no relationship connecting Black people to that conversation. And that really got me it's kind of scary, how these people are very ready to bring up Black people in every conversation they are having. Now, looking at this conversation, I am going to say that some of the things, like sometimes you feel like some of them were born with it, or or they just grew up with rare disease parents that, that taught them how to say things like this. Because for this woman to come up with Black people immediately the conversation started tells you like that Black people live rent free in their brain. Because this young boy was talking about something, a weapon he was holding, that this is something that you can use to kill alligator, or you use it on bad people, bad guys. And straight up the mother said bad Black people. And I am really, really so confused, because tell me how this woman came up with Black people immediately. This really shows you how they think and what, just how they think. Let's get into this.
So, trigger warning for this video. We're gonna see how these parents talk to their children.
What is it, Kingston?
This looks like a weapon to kill alligators, or it could be a weapon to for cops to kill bad guys.
Or Black people.
Yeah.
So if you ever wonder to yourself, how is this person so horribly racist? It's because it all started at home when they were 3 years old. That child in the clip I just showed you probably is around 7 if I had to guess. But notice how quickly he said yeah. She said a weapon to kill Black people, he said yeah. Like it was normal. And how comfortable she was recording this happening? This is not the first time something like this has been said. And this video was posted a while ago, so don't comment, we gotta find these people or something, because people already did that. But what I wanted to point out is, how do you think these 3 young boys are gonna turn out? They've been taught they should kill Black people. I'm guessing the conversation about gay people isn't too great either. And let's just say they're, homeschooled, so they don't meet other kids and say their opinions and stuff. And all of a sudden they get shipped off to college when they're 18, and they're telling people about the stuff they've been hearing since their childhood. How do you think that's gonna go if you went and told a Black person the things you were saying? People aren't gonna like you. People aren't gonna want to be around you. People aren't gonna want to talk to you. The only people that will are the neo-Nazis, racists, extremists, people like that. People like you. But that's how these cycles of hatred and racism start. And this is one of the key ways that people fall into the alt-right, because they have nowhere else to go. And they get stuck in this endless cycle of hatred. And I'll hear this argument a lot. People will say, well, the reason these people are still racist is because no one even gave them a chance. These marginalized communities, Black people, wouldn't even want to talk to them. And you're right in a sense. But it is not our responsibility to undo the decades of racism your parents forced on you. It is your responsibility and your burden. One of the #1 concerns for Black people worldwide is our safety. So why would we surround ourselves with someone who wants to unalive us? Like, you're expecting Black people to befriend and talk nicely to all the racist neo-Nazis and white supremacists. Like, those aren't the people that have been killing us and murdering us for centuries. This is the equivalent of your high school bully beating you up every day for 5 years, and then you going to your mom and being like, Mom, he's hurting me, what should I do? And she being like, what you should do? Befriend him, be nice to him, maybe he'll change his ways. Like, no, it is your responsibility to make yourself into a better person. And there's tons of different ways to go about this, on doing your racism. And don't go out and just befriend a bunch of Black people for the sole reason that they're Black. You know what I'm saying? You should be friends with people because you genuinely want to be friends with them, not because you're trying to undo your racism and they're Black, so they might help you. Because this then leads to other things like, I'm not racist, I have Black friends, which you can just hide your racism underneath your Black friends. And then you'd never actually learn and grow as a person. The main problem with racism and white supremacy is a lot of people do not understand at all what Black people are going through. So one of the best first steps you can take is listen to what people are saying. Listen to their stories. For example, police brutality. Every time another unarmed black man is killed by police, black people are out protesting, screaming at people to stop this oppression, stop, murdering us. And you know what the common response is? You guys aren't actually victims. What are you talking about? You should have just complied. Look up why black people are saying that. Look up the victims of police brutality. How are young black men treated versus young white men by the police force? Try to put yourself in black people's shoes. Think about how you would feel if all those dark humor jokes that were just supposed to be edgy and funny were about you instead. And another great thing, and maybe one of the best, is just talking to black people. A lot of people just haven't had a conversation with a black person in the past 10 years. Once you understand where black people are coming from and why they're saying what they're saying, you already won half the battle. And the other half is recognizing what you did that was racist and how it affected other people around you. And taking accountability for the things you did. But I'm going to end this video here, but there are lots and lots of different ways you can go about undoing your racism. And there are tons of channels on here. I've seen white people talking about how they used to be racist and how they undid it, which would be a great example for you. And then I've seen black people on here trying to undo people's racism. But the path to becoming a better person is not easy at all. And you're almost guaranteed to run into trouble and trials and tribulations along the way. But I promise you, by the end of your journey, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. Other people are going to like you a lot more, and you'll just feel overall a better person. But again, there are so many different ways racism can be undone, so don't just take my word for it. Go do your research yourself. But again, whether you're racist, homophobic, Islamophobic, whatever, it is not a marginalized community's responsibility to pull you out of racism. That burden lies on you. We can give you advice and help you along the way, but at the end of the day, it's your battle. Be the change you want to see in the world. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
So this non-washcloth using, pasty pond scum smelling, hyperallergenic to the sun, troglodytic glowworm, albino piece of shit is Jesse Waters. So this snow roach escapee from the Caucasus Mountains by way of being a poster child for why brothers and sisters should not be allowed to mate, took to his program on Fox News, because of course it's Fox News, and said the following about Kamala Harris.
Where the president has his most impact. You have a lot of room to maneuver there as commander-in-chief. We don't know who she is. We don't know what she believes. She's going to get paralyzed in the Situation Room while the generals have their way with her. Right now...
Jesse Waters.
Jesse, I don't like that. Figuratively, again.
Take it back.
Have their way with her. Control her. Not in a sexual way.
You see this smirk on this Hills Have Eyes, pale, stale, saltine cracker's face? He knew what he did. He meant what he did. This is the same kind of smirk that they had under those pillowcases that they cut the holes out in, that they hid for so long. But now they feel emboldened. And the laughter around that table, especially from women, lets you know who they are. This is not about policy differences. This is about racism and menage a trois. This is why I will not be turning down my rhetoric, and I will not be forgetting everything that happened prior to November the 5th involving the candidacy of Kamala Harris, because they're showing you who they are. If you forget it, that's on you, but I won't be.
So this is all I got from this video. Sincerely speaking, the first video is really crazy. Why did I say it's crazy? Because some people already internalized how horrible they are towards other people. Because how can a child be talking about something that he is he was holding and playing with something, and you are asking what is that meant for? And he said that it might be for killing alligator and all that. And the woman opened her mouth like a weapon to kill alligator or and she said also for people that look like me. So how did alligator or bad guy or to do something got something like, how did they relate to people that look like me? Now, let me tell you something. Some people are born reckless. This is fact. I mean, I don't know if but some people act like they were born with it. Like this is something they grew up seeing in their household, and then it became like a norm to like include a certain kind of people in their discussion, whether it is needed or not, right? Now, how do you tell me that somebody is talking about a weapon, like you are holding something, and then from there, Black people got into the same discussion? I remember a story a young lady told about how her classmate talked about how her parents would never ever want to see them with someone that looked like me, like it is not allowed. And they said that they can never, like, also bring even someone that looked like me to their house, not until their grandparents passed. So now, why am I saying this? I am saying this because in some people's household, it is a taboo or atrocity to bring someone that does not look like them to their house, right? So I am still trying to understand how the discussion, like what the young baby was talking about, got to do with involving Black people into it. It looks like some people cannot operate without involving us. It looks like all they do and everything they got, like everything about them is all about Black people, because I don't know how I am going to be talking about, like, from nowhere, other people like barge into your mind. You must really be a high profile, right? This is for have this kind of, like, for you to think like that, because there is no relationship. Really, I don't know, but their brain really works like fire or magic. But yeah, this is it. And for the second man, you all already know how they feel about that one. Like, I really do not want to be talking about them that much, because these people absolutely know what they are doing. And the fact that also, like, C0nfidently said that there were also other women there and they were all laughing. Sometimes being a good person or being a responsible person doesn't mean that you must side your own person. It means that you recognize that something not nice is going on around you, whether it's a man, a woman, or anybody, and you try as much as you can to correct it, because there is no need for that. We all can do, like I keep saying, we all can do better as human beings. Why? Because when you look out for, not just for people that look like you, when you look out for others, right? Others will look out for you. And not just looking out for others, you must really be truthful in some of the things you do, because this really shows how they feel about about the person the man was talking about. And it's really very disgraceful. Like, a man will mount camera or sit in front of camera and make, like, mockery of a woman. See, I always understand that we must not have how do I say that? We must not have the same political view or probably support the same person when it comes to politics. But I always try as much as I can to keep it clean. Yeah. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.